now that I have the GCF, watch what I'm going to do. And you're going to write this on your paper first, but in Edulastic, you can go ahead and type, right? You're going to write 3, the greatest common factor, and you're going to type a set of parentheses, okay? And you should definitely do this on your paper first, because it's way harder to do in the parentheses. In fact, once you're typing it in, you really need to be careful to type it in, so you should just be typing it off your paper. So now, what I'm doing is I am taking this greatest common factor out of this. Okay, so I'm doing the opposite of multiplication. I'm doing the opposite of multiplication. So what I want to know is, to get this term, 3 times what equals that term, right? And then I'm going to do the same. I'm going to say 3 times what equals 6x. And I'm going to do the same for negative 24. 3 times what equals negative 24. And when I do this multiplication, right, when I do this multiplication, I will get back my original answer. So I'm going to do that to check when I'm done. But first, I'm going to ask myself, okay, let me start with red. 3 times what equals 3x squared? Well, 3 times what equals 3, just that first number part, is just 1. So I could write 1. You can also keep it invisible. And then I need it to be 3x squared. So I'm like, oh, well, then I need to have the x squared there, right? There's no x's on this 3. So if I want there to be 2 x's multiplied, then I need to put the 2 x's right here. Okay, now, 3 times what? 3 times what is 6x? Okay, well, let's see. 3 times what is 6? Well, 3 times 2 is 6. Okay, and it's positive 2, right? Because it's positive 3 and positive 6. And then I want it to be not just 3 times 2 is 6, but I want it to be 6x. So this needs to be 3 times 2x. And then finally, 3 times what is negative 24? Oops, sorry, this is missing a... 3 times what is negative 24? So first of all, I noticed the 3 is positive. I need it to be negative. So it's going to be negative, right? Positive times negative is negative. And 3 times what is 24? Okay, and if you're not sure, 3 times what is 24, right? If you're like, oh crap, I don't know. What you do is you put in your calculator 24 divided by 3, right? And that'll get you the number. And it's 8. Okay, so this right here, this is your answer, and this is what you're going to type in Edulastic. Okay, now before you do that, check it. Go ahead and multiply and say, okay, 3 times 1 is 3, and this is 1x squared, so it's going to be 3x squared. 3 times 2, that's 6, and it's 2x, so it's 6x. 3 times negative 8, positive times negative is negative. 3 times 8 is 24. And what you do is you multiply, which is a skill you already have, and you say, okay, does this look like this? And if it does, your answer is correct. Okay, but this is the answer you're going to type in, and notice that the first thing I did was type the greatest common factor in the parentheses.